Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce and Guns, and if you fancy yourself a prepper or just someone who wants to be prepared for a natural disaster or, of course, zombie apocalypse, you owe it to yourself to take a look at the Thrunite TH20 headlamp. Let me tell you why. So, why should you be looking at this? Well, number one, it is rugged. It's only designed to be used inside its actual carry case. Of course, you can take it off of the head mount here, but it's kind of useless without it because the light's in the center. You can see that right there. The light's in the center. You have the on-off knob right there. There's only one button here, and you have several different options there. You have double click for turbo mode, normal click for that right there, and you have several options as far as, I believe it does SOS at some point. If you know what you're doing, there we go. We got SOS right there. So if you want to call for help, there you go. Your SOS is automatic. You can leave that there while you're going and build your fire or, of course, kill zombies. But I say it's super rugged because, number one, of course, outside of its box, it's still going to be, or outside of its mount, it's still going to be super, super able to take a knock. I just stepped on it. And it is just fine and dandy, like anything else from Thrunite. Now, normally it's going to be inside your actual head mount here, which is, of course, made of silicone mount there, and of course the elastic band. So you could probably whip this off the Empire State Building and it land and be just fine and dandy when it lands. Now you're probably asking yourself, Deuce, what makes this so much better than the Olight headlamp that you reviewed last time? I've got it right over here, and true, the Olight is smaller and lighter. So you got the Thrunite right there. There's the Olight version right there. You can see it's actually quite a bit smaller and it actually ends up being quite a bit lighter. But the Thrunite has one advantage that I think is really important, especially to someone who's preparing for a natural disaster. You want this in your go bag or something of that nature, is that not only does it use, or can it use, a lithium-ion cell, a 14500 lithium-ion cell, which is used for the turbo mode. That gets you the brightest light out of this, but you can substitute that for a regular good old copper top. AA batteries, baby. A AA battery is the most easily found battery out there. So if there is a natural disaster, AA's are still going to be able to be found usually. You're not going to find a Sierra 123 battery out there very easily, but in an emergency situation, you can usually find a AA battery, even if you have to scour through remotes. Your TV remote probably works on AA battery. And in a pinch, you can actually get a AAA battery in there and use some aluminum foil if you really need a light. AAA battery out of a TV remote of some sort and some aluminum foil, and you have yourself a light. It's not going to last nearly as long as a AA battery, but it will get you through the night. And if you're one of the unlucky few out there that have actually been through a natural disaster, a hurricane or an earthquake or something of that nature, a huge wildfire, and you've gone to the store and found that the battery aisle is completely empty of everything, including AA batteries, you're like, Deuce, you know that there's no batteries at a natural disaster. You cannot buy anything anywhere. A little bit of a secret. You can find AAA and AA batteries very easily in the film department. The disposable cameras that the single, click shoot disposable cameras that have a flash on them, that flash is usually powered by a AA or AAA battery. So if times are tough and you really need some batteries, go to the film department, buy a couple of disposable cameras, take them apart. There'll be batteries inside. And another important question about flashlights is, how bright is it? Well, that's a variable question with the Thrunite TH20. Number one, it is as brightest by using a 14500 lithium-ion cell like this one. Using that battery, you can get 520 lumens out of the turbo mode, which is similar to, it's not quite as bright as the Olight's turbo mode, but versus the Olight only lasts a couple of minutes at the turbo mode. This lasts over half an hour in the turbo mode. Now, I did some testing, I'll go over that later about how long it can last. Okay, so let's say you don't want the specialized 14500 battery. You don't have to charge this, you buy them separately, you have to order them online, and you have to use a special charger for them. You're not going to find these anywhere out in the wild, you can't buy these at Walgreens. So, it's like, well, I just want something simple and easy to use. Okay, well, just grab yourself a good old Duracell, and you're good to go. Or, If you're willing to recharge and just do normal battery recharging, then you can grab a rechargeable AA battery. I buy these are just the old standard nickel metal hydride batteries. And now if you look at it, this is actually a really good battery. I use these all the time, and I get these from Harbor Freight. These are the Harbor Freight branded batteries, and they're actually pretty decent. I can't believe it either, but they actually hold their charge for quite a while, and they work for quite some time. From Harbor Freight. Who knew? But anyway, you have your AA rechargeables or standard non-rechargeables that work just fine in this, and they get, let me use my cheat sheet, and they're somewhere between 230 and 250 lumens. And just as important as how bright is how long. So I've done a test here of the 14500 battery, the Duracell, and the Harbor Freight rechargeable. I've now got us all split up into quarters here, and we're going to find out which one is best, which one lasts longest. First of all, I did use the turbo mode for the 14500 battery because that's the brightest one. If you're using a lithium-ion cell, you're going to be using the bright turbo mode on there usually, because that's what it's made for. That's why it has a higher voltage. The turbo mode in the lithium-ion cell only lasted about 20 minutes, and then it dropped below the actual voltage requirement for the turbo mode and turned off. Now, they claim 37 minutes. I got 20 minutes out of this one. The thing about lithium-ion cells is that they're not all created equal, and this was a cheap one. And once the lithium-ion cell went out for 20 minutes at the turbo mode, I turned it back on for just the regular high mode, which again is 230 lumens, and it lasted, let me go to the fast forward to the end there, and it lasted 1 hour and 12 minutes. And now fast forward up to 2.5 hours into the race, and we have the rechargeable battery from Harbor Freight is very dim at this point. It's still on, it's still usable as a map light or something of that nature, maybe to tie your shoes, but you're not going to be able to run through the woods with this light on. Now unfortunately at 2 hours and 40 minutes my camera dies, so I have no idea how long the Duracell lasted at that current level before it became too low to use for anything but a map light. So it could have been, I'm going to guess, probably estimating around 3 hours with a good old-fashioned Duracell battery. Now I mentioned that it was bigger than the Olight, which I showed it is, and I mentioned that's heavier than the Olight, which it is. Let me demonstrate that real quick. And here's the Thrunite TH20, and it is empty, no battery, so we're going to get a baseline of what that is by itself. And it is 1.6 ounces, and we throw in, let's throw in a, I don't know which one will be heavier, the rechargeable, 2.6, the lithium, 2.2, what about the Duracell? How heavy is a Duracell? 2.4. Okay, so let's go with the heaviest battery possible. 2.5, okay. So 2.5 with the rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery, and throw in the head mount, and we have 3.7 ounces for the whole package. And now, what do I like about the TH20, and what do I dislike about the TH20? Well, let's go over the dislikes first. Is it the smallest headlamp? Nope, not even close. Is it the lightest headlamp? Nope, not even close. Is it the brightest headlamp? Nope, not even close. And now what do I like about the TH20? Well, it's rugged. It is as rugged as anything else Thrunite makes. It's as rugged, if not more rugged, than the Olight. So it can take a licking, keep on ticking, no problem whatsoever. I also really like its power source. Not only can it use a super high-tech lithium-ion cell, but the good old AA battery. You can find these anywhere, and when zombies are knocking at your door, when there's a wildfire outside, when there's a hurricane coming, and you need a battery, you don't want to be having to run around trying to find an oddball-sized battery. You just need yourself some AA's. Along with the easy battery options, I also like how long the batteries last, and the actual head mount, the actual harness there, is super robust. It is not a tiny, thin little piece of rubber there. That's actually pretty thick. Now if you got your Olight headlamp on there and you do a lot of jumping around, that light's going to slowly swivel down, because with each impact it's going to slowly swivel down a little bit. The Thrunite, it is large enough and heavy enough and solid enough to not do that. It's going to be solid as a rock. So you can do your parkouring, you can do your rappelling, you can do your jumping around, your free running, whatever, and this is going to stay put and have a nice solid beam. So you can go running with this. And again, if you're using just a high mode with a AA battery, you can run for a couple of hours with this on your head and not go dizzy with the light bouncing around everywhere. you're going to be pretty good to go for the duration. Now, if you think the Thrunite TH20 is right for you, I've left 2 links in the description below the video, and one of them goes to Amazon, and one of them goes to actually the Thrunite website. The Thrunite website has a discount code right next to it, so utilize that. Check out which price is best. I don't know which one. It probably fluctuates. One will be better than the other one, probably. Now, keep in mind, I do not get any kind of commission or anything of that nature. I'm not getting rich off this or anything. They sent me a light. I liked it. I put it on camera. That's pretty much it. That was the end of the transaction. So go ahead and check them out on the website, see if they fit your needs and your wallet. Well, guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go and subscribe. A lot more is on the way. And if you have any comments, questions, or show ideas, go ahead and leave that in the comment box below the video. And of course, you guys have a great day. See ya.